Africans are raised to be nice to everyone.
Yeah.
No matter where you're from,
And
South
trust.
Africa, you're supposed to trust and be nice to
Yeah.
people. You know, well, of course, trust within reason. If someone who has a gun is saying, you know, obviously don't trust them. But, you know, if someone comes up to you and they need help and they need assistance, you help them.
But then it's like, why can't we help ourselves? Like, why is it like we are the richest continent? We have everything. All the countries have everything, but yet we kill each other.
Not really. I mean, humans are violent by nature.
I think that's the thing. Like
Swiss?
it's also like how you were brought up. You know, it's all about that. And yeah, it's true how they say rich people wage wars and the poor suffer for it. But I just think like. It's kind of, I don't know, maybe you disagree with me, but like, wars had to happen for something to happen, you know, and unfortunately, I disagree with that.
I disagree with you when it comes to our continent, because I feel like in first world countries, that makes sense. Something does come out of it, right?
Yeah.
But I feel like my country went through a civil war for 10 years, and they're still roaming around like they don't know where to go. Like, my dad goes every year, and the war ended like 10 years ago.
That is true. But then you also get the people that just doesn't want to move forward. You know, I'll talk from South Africa's point of view now. If we had a better leader, South Africa will be in a better place.
Yeah. Okay. So I just read that on BBC. Your leader. She's like, mic drop. I'm done. Anyways, I was like, Katana, and then they're Cameroon guys, and I was like, I know they're from my continent because they were talking really loud. And these black girls were just like, oh my god. So I went up to one of them, and I was like, where are you from? He's like, Cameroon, and they're married. And I was like, what are you doing here? And I was like, where's your money? Like, I just went, I was like, where's your money coming from? Does your wife know you're here? I was like, you know, he went off, and he didn't know where I was from because I speak like this. I was like, I am from Sierra Leone, West Africa, and I hate the fact, like, I just went off on him. And then because I was just like, what are you doing? Like, your country sent you here, or you're so rich you come here, and you're doing this?
Yep.
You're going at a restaurant that's overpriced but great, and you're here with like girls that aren't like, it just. It's such, like, it makes me ashamed of my continent because this happens. Like, I just don't understand how you can walk down the street and know someone has HIV right next door to you. Like, 80% of your population is poor and down, and yet what are you doing? You're there splurging, and you don't even know how to read a letter, and you're gonna come up with some idiotic things. Like, come on now, let's get our process straight to get a president. Like, I understand, let's get someone of our color to do this, but maybe that's not the best. Like, that's not the best at times.
I think, like, you did ask the question, why aren't we more together? And what I think is, for Africa, I'm going to talk for Africa, what happened is we were living happy and fine until the colonizers came and forced us to live together. You have to understand, like, the way NorCal and SoCal are not like BFFs. If you make us live together, there's going to be beef and tension.
That's what's
so
true.
that's
And then I know
happened.
they left without leaving, and because you can't just leave a country.
You put these people together that
Yes.
don't like each other, and so now there's beef. I was in a store, clothing store, and I wanted to buy something, so there were no prices, so I was trying to, you know, excuse me, do you work here, to get them to, you know, so I could ask them how much it was, and blatantly ignored me. I'm like, hello?
So because of your skin color?
Because of my skin color. I'm speaking English, you know, and most South Africans speak English, some don't, but where I was, they speak English.
Yeah.
So I'm there and I'm like, excuse me, can I get some help? And then they start speaking Afrikaans to each other. You know when someone's talking about you in your face.
Okay, yeah, no, I get what
You know, so they're in like,
but
oh,
Afrikaans people,
yeah.
so you have to
Afrikaans, are
understand.
they the white ones?
Mostly.
Mostly.
And that's the Dutch.
I
and
would say, yeah, the Dutch part and Holland part is Afrikaans part, but they're also the farmers. And they're also, like, they're very picky.
What do you have to say about that?
Afrikaans people are
The
extremely
white
picky.
farmers are, I don't know, it's, to me it always goes back to education and how cultured you are and how you were raised. And I think those type of people, they're just raised to hate
So
other
they
people.
are the white 45% that support Trump. That's in comparison.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's how you compare that.
Yeah.
Exactly. So you see them and you're like, you're not better than me. And like, for instance, it happened to me. I don't know how to
It happened to
speak Afrikaans.
you?
Yeah, I would speak English and then they start speaking Afrikaans to each other. I'm like, yeah, I don't like you.
Yeah. And you know they're talking about
But,
you know.
yeah.
For me, because I'm in a small town, there is racism, but because of who I am and like my generation, we're less on racism.
So then, who was the last generation? Would you say you're like? What about your parents?
I would say
how was that?
No, my parents. I mean, I won't say they're racist, and I won't say they're not racist because everybody's racist when it comes to something, and everybody's not racist when it comes to something else. You know, so I would say my parents grew up in a time where it was the apartheid. My brother grew up in a time when it was the apartheid.
Yeah, because apartheid just ended in
1993 or something.
94, right?
No, 1993 or something. But anyway,
somewhere in the 90s.
somewhere in the 90s. So I was 3 years old.
Are you gonna finish this?
No, you can finish.
Keep going. I'm sorry. You were 3 years old.
I was 3 years old. I mean, what did I know?
Yeah.
So I grew up with having a black friend. I grew up with having a black girlfriend. We didn't see color. But I could be super racist towards another Afrikaans person because he really acts like an ass, or his way of thinking, or you know, his way of doing things or saying things.
Treating people
Is wrong. But that's just who I was raised with. My parents raised me, every person is equal unless they prove you that they're not.
Everyone is racist. At the end of the day,
Exactly.
like, I even say I'm racist, but I'm not racist in the sense of like, I hate you.
No.
No, I'm racist in the sense of like, okay, there are stereotypes there because that actually.
They're real.
Yeah,
Yes,
it's
yeah,
true.
yeah,
I'm not saying there's 100% of people, so then a stereotype does make me racist in that sense. Okay, I get it, but it's not like I'm gonna act upon it because it's the human nature. Because honestly, I've learned so much coming from you two because I haven't lived in my continent for over 15, 16 years. I'm gonna be honest. I haven't lived there for 16 years. So I've always thought like, oh, America, this black and white thing needs to stop. It's ridiculous. But now hearing like what you guys are saying,
Yeah.
it just shows that this is still happening there, and then it makes sense with the genetics of how it's here, because black people here, yeah, they may not be connected to that continent, but your DNA of who you are will trail along for the rest of your life. And we can't get along together in our own continent. Black people here can't get together. And then when they do get together, it's like corrupted.
Yeah.
You know, just like us, when we do get together over there, we hire someone to be our president that's just like us. It's corruption. Thank you so much for watching this. You can catch us, you can catch the full hour of this on the podcast. It'll be Sia for you. You can check us out on YouTube. Please subscribe, like, and share this video. And I hope today you'll learn a little bit about my continent, and you can see the different variations that come from my continent. Except for the
4 countries, right?
We're 4 countries right
But we
here.
still love it.
Yes, we love each other, very different, and this is it. Okay, thank you guys.
Thanks.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.